Hello, hello, practice builders. How are you today? Happy Thursday to all of you. I'm so happy to be back here with you today. Took last week off from just the day off, actually. So I'm really excited to be back doing lives again with you. And I think I have a topic that's really going to move the needle for you and your business. So today we are going to talk about the 4 steps to creating your profitable signature system. All right. So, even those of you that are moving out of the one session at a time model, right, like that individual session model, I think this is going to help you even more to move that process along even further. And the really cool thing about this is it's really, it's incredible for your business, right? But it's also super helpful and extraordinarily empowering for your target market, your client. So really excited to share and a couple of things that I want to talk about before we jump into the actual content that I have for you. So here's the real deal. People don't buy diets per se, right? They don't. They don't buy weight loss. They or excuse me, they let me rephrase that. They don't buy diets, they don't want to buy your time, right? They want to buy results. For example, if weight loss is their goal, that's the end result that they're looking for. So instead of buying your time, they want to buy the result, right? That is what really inspires them to move forward. So they do buy that end result, moving closer to that ideal weight, fitting into their clothes again. And especially, this is super important. It doesn't like even those of you, I know there's, some of us don't feel really comfortable kind of hanging our shingle, hanging our hat, so to speak, on the idea of weight loss. And I completely get that. So you really want to be thinking about what are some of the, what can a person do, be, or have as a result of better managing their weight, just as an example. So, one end result that your work might provide is an increase, the person is very likely to experience a much enhanced level of vitality and energy, feeling sexier, increasing their confidence level, right? Um, so again, in the same way, no one really wants to buy coaching, no one really wants to buy consulting or training, even with a functional medicine expert. That is not what entices someone to seek out help. All right. So, really can't emphasize this enough. What people want is to buy a solution to their problems, right? And generally speaking, people need to be in a certain amount of pain before they're really motivated to move forward and work with an expert. So, if you can make your solution into a system, kind of like a formula or a step by step model, people are going to clamber for it. Seriously. So, it makes it really exciting. So, today I'm going to be teaching you the 4 steps to creating your profitable signature system so that you can implement really this life changing process in your own business. And again, I want to emphasize this is a real game changer not only for you and your business, but also for your clients. It's amazing for your clients as well. So, all right, just wanted to check. All right, so I think, yeah, hey everybody, thanks for joining. Yeah, as you join me today, I would love to hear. Do you have a signature system already in your business? Just give me a yes or a no. And if you want to elaborate, of course, I'd like to get more details. But just would love to know, how many of you have sat down and thought through this process? Now, some of you are still in the one session at a time model, right? I work with lots and lots of clients who come to me because they just can't take it anymore, right? They're so frustrated because they're in this one session at a time model. And they love what they do. They love the work that they do with clients, but the challenge they often have in this model is that clients often drop off before they get that end result, right? They just kind of lose steam and they drop off, right? So this model can be incredibly inspiring and motivating to help people stay on that path towards the end result that they desire. So a next, I would say, step to moving in this direction would be looking at packaging up, like doing, like, instead of just the one session at a time, maybe you want to bundle a certain number of sessions into a little package, right? So you can absolutely do that as well. And that is definitely a movement forward that I highly recommend. What we're going to talk about today is taking that bundling concept and taking it a step further. Really, essentially, what I want to help you to do is put a framework around, like, what are the, I guess you would almost call them, like, what are the main pillars or steps that you teach inside of that bundle of pack, or that bundle of sessions, right? What are the concepts? What are the steps? What are the main pillars, so to speak, that you teach during your time with the client? So we're going to take that, we're going to extrapolate things out a bit, because I have found this to be extremely helpful. Guys, it is going to help you in so many ways. And we're going to talk about all that in just a minute. So one thing I want to mention, well, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Leslie Vitel, and I'm a business coach and mentor for integrative and functional health professionals. And in my work, I help health professionals, specifically in private practice, to overcome that sense of confusion, that sense of overwhelm, often associated with the business side of building a thriving and profitable practice. So I love what I do. I love especially the fact that I have a hand perhaps in helping you to make a great living doing the work that you love, doing the work that you're meant to do. So really passionate about helping people move out of that sense of chaos and overwhelm and confusion, and really helping you to streamline your process so that you can, make a great living, do the work you love, and have a life. Right? And have a life at home. So now, before I jump into today's content, I do have a little announcement. All right, so here's the deal. I have an upcoming, next week, it's going to kick off a free masterclass series that I put together especially for you. And I'm really excited about it. It's going to be great fun. It's called Booking Clients and Taking Names. All right. So we're going to kick off on the 22nd, which is Tuesday, and we're going to be live streaming every day. So it's a live event, and it's going to last for 3 days. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the titles of each day. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to also, okay, guys, go to this URL and get yourself signed up. There's going to be an awesome workbook. I'm putting the final touches on the workbook right now. We're going to have tons of fun. Let me give you just a really quick overview of some of the things that we're going to cover. Let's see here. Here we go. Grab my little notes. All right. So we are going to cover day one. Day one is the hottest online and offline lead generator. So we are going to talk about lead generation, how to get more calls, how to get more emails, how to basically get more people inquiring about your services. Lead generation is the name of the game for Tuesday. On Wednesday, we are going to be talking about, we're going to take a deeper dive into this concept of creating your signature system. So Tuesday is designing crazy good high ticket packages. And then Thursday is all about sales. So I'm going to be sharing my 6-step, sell it like you mean it, consultation method. All right, so you're going to want to save your spot. Again, you see the URL on the screen, so go ahead. If you haven't done so already, you're definitely going to want to sign up. leslievitel.com/booking. All right, so let's go ahead and let's jump into this whole concept of creating a signature system. So again, here's the deal, guys. People don't want to buy your time. That is not what inspires someone to reach out to you. They're reaching out to you because they have a problem that they're hoping you can solve, right? They are essentially buying a solution to their problems. And if you can make that solution into like a step-by-step, a formula, some kind of a system, people are going to absolutely clamor for it. So, and with all the chaos, the noise, and like distractions, especially now, with homeschooling our kid, I mean, it's just crazy times right now. There is nothing more valuable than a step-by-step system that makes it easy and straightforward for your clients to get their problem solved. So that is essentially why I teach my clients to create their own signature system. A signature system, just to give you a little bit of background, it's a way of grouping your services together sequentially that makes your process more easily understood and followed by your clients. I'm gonna turn the ringer off here. All right. All right, so let's keep going. So, just as an example, well, the signature system really helps your process to be better understood. It's just more easily understood and followed by your clients, right? If we can break things down into steps or pillars or like a process, it feels doable for your client, right? It really feels more doable and it helps them to stay focused. And quite frankly, it helps you to stay focused as well. It helps you so that you don't always feel like you have to recreate the wheel, right? Every time a client comes in, oh my God, what am I going to talk about today, right? So it really helps you to streamline your process. Another really awesome thing about creating a signature system is that once you create this process, this step-by-step system, you can essentially take that system and you can offer it in a variety of different types of modalities, right? So you can offer it in a one-on-one setting with your clients. You can take that same exact system, move it over here, and offer it as an online course. So that's where it gets really exciting, is because essentially you've systematized your genius and it allows you a lot of flexibility in terms of how you offer these services. So so imagine how powerful it would be, just as an example, to say, to a client, I have a 9-step system designed specifically to help you to ditch the diets, trust yourself around food again, and really help your body to successfully settle into its best weight, right? So you fill in whatever results you have there. Instead of, yeah, I think I have some things that I think can help you. We're going to meet every week, like that just isn't as enticing. All right. So I want you to think about your signature system as a blueprint for success, not only for your clients, but for you as well. Right. And it gives you an outline that makes sure you cover everything in the most effective order and one that logically leads from one step onto the next, right? And not only that, I mean, there's so many advantages to this. Your system helps in branding your business. It becomes an essential component of your brand, right? After all, it is your signature system. And again, it makes it really easy for people to understand and explain to others when they speak about working with you, to their friends, their colleagues, their family, their spouse, their significant other, who also may be potential clients, right? So your system is a wealth of principles, strategies, and exercises that you can multi-purpose again into other modalities such as groups, home study courses, like a group coaching, maybe a membership. Like there's all kinds of things that you can do with it. So that gives you an overview of some of the amazing advantages. So let's talk about like the 4 steps. Let's talk about, what are the steps that you need to take to move your business into this direction. And guys, again, remember, even if you're already selling programs and packages, you're already bundling the number of sessions, like instead of one session at a time, you're moving into, maybe selling like a 6-session pack or something like that. This is still going to help you because it's taking that a big, big step, extrapolating that process a big step further. All right, so the first thing that I would recommend that you do is, you want to ensure, quite frankly, that your system produces tangible results. All right, so this is really important. And I recognize that as practitioners, many of us, we're not super always very comfortable in talking about the results we help people to achieve. And I got to tell you, that's super important. So that's a mindset shift in many cases. Now, let me clarify, your results that you help people to achieve, that is not your process, okay? It's not your process. It is what, basically ask yourself, what can my clients do, be, or have as a result of my work with them? And that'll get you, I think, started in terms of, kind of making that mind shift to being able to talk about the results that you help your clients to achieve. So basically what I'm suggesting is that you make a list of them in terms of how your clients' lives, will be transformed after completing your system. Okay, so that's step one. Really, think about the results you help people to achieve. I would sit down and literally brainstorm a list. Think about people that you've worked with in your past, just really just a kind of free form, like just do a brainstorm is basically what I would recommend, and really think about what can they do, be, or have as a result of going through the work with you. Step number 2 is think about how your work with clients on one-on-one, think about how you work with clients to achieve those results. So basically in this step, we're looking at, creating, really getting clear on your process. So first step is to think about the results you help them to achieve. Second step is to start to outline the steps that you follow most often. And, just, don't overthink it. I know a lot of people can get stuck here. Just ask yourself, okay, what is the first step that someone needs to understand, experience, know, learn about, whatever it is? What is that first step that they need in order to get closer to that end goal, that point B that we're after? And just jot it down. Then ask yourself, okay, what is the second step? What is the third step? And on and on, right? Now, what you'll find is some of these steps can be consolidated, right? You'll find that, but I think really the first step is to just brainstorm and just try to come up with, a handful of like big picture steps that you take a person through in order to get them from point A to point B, right? So you might end up combining and consolidating, maybe kind of switching the order around, and that's completely fine. But what I'm suggesting is that you make an outline of the steps that you most often follow and really take note of the order. And then really, if you want to bring it on home, I would write up a short description of each step, okay? And don't get too hung up on, well, every person's different, right? Absolutely, every person's different. This is not engraved in stone, right? There is fluidity when you deliver the service. However, having these steps is going to make it so much easier for your client to understand what they're signing up for. And again, it just makes things streamlined and repeatable from a business perspective as well. Okay, so give it your best shot. Again, don't get stuck in perfection and just try not to overthink it. Okay, try to have some fun. You guys know what you do, right? You know your process. I'm just asking you to look at it in a little bit of a different way. Okay. All right. So then what I want you to do as a step 3 is take a look at your outline and expand it into a number of steps. All right. Generally speaking, I would say anywhere between 5 to 10 steps is about right in terms of a number. More than 10 can start to feel a little overwhelming, and too few steps might start to feel ineffective, right? So we want to find that sweet spot in terms of number of steps. Generally speaking, I like to see anywhere between 5 and 10. I think 5 and 10 is really, really effective. All right, so now the next step, step 4, is to give your signature system a captivating name that incorporates the results you create so that it will immediately attract the attention of your market. All right, so you want to give it a name. I really recommend that you try to incorporate that big result. Like, what is the big result, the big overarching result that you provide and that your client deeply desires? All right. So it has to be a result that your client is, laying in bed going, oh my God, if only I could do this, right? If only I could achieve X, my life would change. That's the result that you want to put in your title. All right. So again, your signature system is going to make marketing so much easier. It's going to allow you to more effectively enroll clients because you're going to be able to describe so much more effectively what you do and how you're going to help. And it's going to be in a results kind of orientation. It's going to help you to more effectively lead their clients to their desired outcome as well. So the question is, do you have a signature system in place for your business? I'd love to know. If you do, please comment. I'd love to hear a little bit more detail in terms of what that looks like. Just give me some juicy details there. All right. So what I'm going to do just a quick review of those 4 steps. So step 1, your program signature system does need to provide tangible results. So you're going to make a list of those results. Just think about how your client's life is going to be transformed as a result of the work that you do with them. So you just want to do a brainstorm of results. Number 2, you want to think about an outline. Try your best to just outline the steps that you take your clients through, and just try to put pen to paper on that. Just try to do a brief outline. So just really brainstorm and think about, what do you normally do with a client to get them from point A to point B, and just start with a brainstorm. And then step number 3 is look at your outline and expand it into a number of steps, right? So again, here's where you might be consolidating, you might be moving those steps around a little bit, but basically at the end of this part, number 3, you want to come up with a number of steps in your signature system. And then step number 4 is you want to give it a really awesome results captivating name. So you want to think about, what is that really, that big overarching result that my process provides, right? So basically, what is point B? Like, what is the big change? What is the big result that I help my clients to achieve? And just make sure that whatever you pick is also a result that your target market deeply desires, right? So you want to make sure that they're in sync, right? It's not just something that you provide that you like. You want to make sure that it's actually a result that your target market deeply desires. All right. So that is it. That's what I have for you today. And again, I do want to remind everybody, grab your spot. I'm really excited about next week. We're going to start on Tuesday, lesliebytel.com/booking. And I cannot wait to see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.